A miracle is already unfolding in your life. You may not see it yet, but it is there, forming itself in the unseen, waiting for you to open the door. What is this door? It is your awareness, your belief, your willingness to accept that what you desire is not separate from you. It is already yours. The world may tell you that miracles are rare, that they come only to the chosen few. But I tell you now, the moment you claim it, the moment you believe without a shadow of doubt, the heavens move, reality bends, and the miracle becomes inevitable. There is no force outside of you that decides when and how a blessing will enter your life. The power is within. God has already placed it in your hands, not in some distant future, not after years of struggle, but here and now. If you look at your present circumstances and allow them to dictate your faith, you are turning away from the very miracle that is waiting for you. You must turn inward to the place where God speaks, to the place where all things are possible. Think of the seed buried beneath the soil. It does not question if the sun will shine, if the rain will come. It does not doubt the process of growth. It simply exists in the knowing that life will unfold as it should, so must you. Stop questioning when or how. Stop searching for signs. The moment you assume it is done, the moment you live as though the miracle has already happened, the unseen forces of creation rush to make it so. The last strike of your unknown, the zest left within. You have been given a divine gift, the power to call forth what is not yet visible and make it real. If you are waiting for something to change, before you believe, you are placing the cart before the horse. Belief does not follow miracles. Miracles follow belief. Can you dare to walk as if you already hold the answer in your hands? Can you smile in the midst of uncertainty, knowing that what you seek is on its way? The world will call this foolish. But the truth is, this is the greatest wisdom. God does not abandon you. The delay is not denial. What you call waiting is simply alignment. You are being prepared to receive, being refined to hold what is coming. Do not despair if the evidence is not yet before your eyes. It is already shaping itself in the realm beyond sight. Your only task is to live in the certainty that what you ask for is already given. The whisper of doubt will come, but do not entertain it. The world will tell you to be realistic, to lower your expectations, but you were never meant to live by the world's limitations. You were created to manifest the unseen, to walk in faith so strong that the very fabric of reality must shift in response. What you desire has already been spoken into existence. It is done. Now let it unfold. A miracle is already unfolding in your life. You may not see it yet, but it is there, forming itself in the unseen, waiting for you to open the door. What is this door? It is your awareness, your belief, your willingness to accept that what you desire is not separate from you. It is already yours. The world may tell you that miracles are rare, that they come only to the chosen few, but I tell you now, the moment you claim it, the moment you believe without a shadow of a doubt, the heavens move, reality bends, and the miracle becomes inevitable. There is no force outside of you that decides when and how a blessing will enter your life. The power is within. God has already placed it in your hands, not in some distant future, not after years of struggle, but here and now. If you look at your present circumstances and allow them to dictate your faith, you are turning away from the very miracle that is waiting for you. You must turn inward to the place where God speaks, the place where all things are possible. Think of the seed buried beneath the soil. It does not question if the sun will shine, if the rain will come. It doesn't doubt the process of growth. It simply exists in the knowing that life will unfold as it should. So must you. Stop questioning when or how. Stop searching for signs. The moment you assume it is done, the moment you live as though the miracle has already happened, the unseen forces of creation rush to make it so. You have been given a divine gift, the power to call forth what is not yet visible and make it real. If you are waiting for something to change before you believe, you are placing the cart before the horse. Belief does not follow miracles. Miracles follow belief. Can you dare to walk as if you already hold the answer in your hands? Can you smile in the midst of uncertainty, knowing that what you seek is on its way? The world will call this foolish, but the truth is, this is the greatest wisdom. God has not abandoned you. The delay is not denial. What you call waiting is simply alignment. You are being prepared to receive, being refined to hold what is coming. Do not despair if the evidence is not yet before your eyes. It is already shaping itself in the realm beyond sight. Your only task is to live in the certainty that what you asked for is already given. The whisper of doubt will come, but do not entertain it. The world will tell you to be realistic, to lower your expectations, but you were never meant to live by the world's limitations. You were created to manifest the unseen, to walk in faith so strong that the very fabric of reality must shift in response. What you desire has already been spoken into existence. It is done. Now, let it unfold. There is no power in heaven or earth that can keep from you what is already yours in spirit. The only barrier is your own mind, your own resistance. If you knew beyond a doubt that the answer was already given, would you still worry? Would you still question? Or would you step forward with the quiet confidence of someone who knows the outcome is secure? This is the posture of faith. This is the way miracles are drawn to you, not with pleading or striving, but with certainty. Consider the sun rising each morning. It does not ask permission. It does not need validation. It simply appears because it is its nature to do so. The same is true for the blessings that belong to you. They are already set in motion. You need only align yourself with the truth that they are on their way. How do you align? By thinking, feeling, and living as if you already possess that which you seek. If you desire healing, feel the joy of being whole. If you seek abundance, walk in the knowing that you lack nothing. If you long for love, be the embodiment of love itself. The moment you take on the state of what you desire, the world has no choice but to rearrange itself to reflect that reality. You have been taught to wait for signs, to look for proof before you believe. But I tell you, belief itself is the proof. The moment you assume the feeling of the answered prayer, the moment you surrender to the knowing that it is already done, you make space for it to appear. Miracles do not come to those who beg for them. They come to those who expect them. Expectation is the seed of manifestation. A farmer does not plant a seed and then doubt whether it will grow. He does not dig it up each day to see if it is sprouting. He simply waters it, nurtures it, and trusts that the process is unfolding as it should. In the same way, you must plant the seed of your desire in faith and let it grow in its own time. There is no struggle in divine manifestation. Struggle belongs to those who do not yet understand their power. You do not need to force anything. You do not need to push against circumstances. The miracle is not something you chase. It is something you allow. The moment you stop grasping, the moment you release the need to control, the miracle flows to you effortlessly. Some will tell you that miracles require suffering, that you must prove yourself worthy before God blesses you. But the truth is, you are already worthy. There is nothing to earn, nothing to prove. The love of God is unconditional, and His gifts are given freely to those who simply open their hands to receive. If you struggle, it is not because God has withheld anything from you. It is because you have not yet accepted that it is already done. The mind, if left unchecked, will always find reasons to doubt. It will point to the past, to failures, to disappointments, and say, "See, it didn't work before. Why should it work now?" But you are not bound by the past. You are not limited by what has come before. Every moment is a fresh creation, and what you believe now is what shapes what comes next. If you wish to experience a miracle, let go of everything that tells you it is impossible. You were not created to live in limitation. You were not placed here to struggle. The very breath in your lungs is proof that you are meant for more, that you are connected to the infinite power that spoke the universe into existence. That power is within you now. It is not separate from you. It is waiting for you to acknowledge it, to trust it, to move in harmony with it. If you could see what was already being arranged on your behalf, you would not spend another second in doubt. If you could glimpse the forces at work beyond what your eyes can see, you would rejoice in the certainty that your miracle is already here. You do not need to see it to believe it. You need to believe it to see it. What you desire is already on its way. Do not look to the world for signs. Do not seek validation from outside sources. Everything you need is already within. Align yourself with the feeling of your answered prayer and let that feeling be enough. Walk in faith, not in fear. Hold the vision so clearly in your heart that nothing can shake it. The moment you truly accept that it is done, you will see the evidence unfold before you. The door is already open. The way is already made. Step into it with the confidence that God has already declared it so. Your miracle is not coming, it is here. Let it be. The moment you surrender to the truth that your miracle is already here, the weight you have been carrying will begin to lift. No longer will you walk in uncertainty. No longer will you plead or question. Instead, you will stand firmly in the knowing that what has been spoken in faith must become reality. The world around you may still reflect lack, hardship, or struggle, but do not be deceived. What you see with your eyes is only a shadow of what is truly unfolding. You are in a world as the blueprint, the divine script from which your reality takes shape. There is no greater act of faith than to rejoice before the evidence appears. This is where true power lies, not in waiting, not in hoping, but in knowing. The world will call this foolishness, but the world does not understand the laws of the unseen. The world looks for proof first, then believes, but the divine works in reverse. You believe first, then the proof appears. You have been given the ability to shape your reality through the thoughts you dwell upon, through the emotions you cultivate, through the certainty you hold. If you dwell in doubt, you will see delay. If you dwell in fear, you will experience resistance. But if you dwell in faith, in absolute assurance, the walls of limitation will crumble before you. There is no obstacle that can stand in the way of the one who walks in the fullness of divine trust. The mind will try to reason, will try to calculate how the miracle will unfold. It will look at present circumstances, at past experiences, and measure what is possible based on logic. But the ways of God are beyond logic. Miracles are not confined by what makes sense. They are not limited by time, resources, or circumstances. They are governed by belief. When you let go of the need to understand how, when you release the grip of control, you make space for the impossible to become possible. Do not waver between faith and doubt. A double-minded person is like a wave tossed by the wind, never steady, never sure. You must plant your feet firmly in the soil of certainty, unwavering, unshaken, immovable. The moment you stand in that place, the unseen forces begin to move. Doors begin to open, paths begin to clear. People and opportunities align in ways you could never orchestrate on your own. There is no struggle in divine manifestation. The same way the river flows effortlessly to the ocean, the same way the stars shine without force, so too must your miracle come with ease. Striving is for those who do not yet understand their power. You do not need to force what is already yours. You need only allow it. You need only stand in alignment with the truth that it is done. I look around you and see beyond what is visible. Train yourself to perceive not with the physical eyes, but with the eyes of the Spirit. What you see is not all there is. There is a greater reality, a higher truth, that is waiting for you to step into it. The moment you align with it, the moment you declare it as your own, the seen world must bend to match the unseen. There is nothing random in the divine order. Nothing happens by accident. Every delay, every detour, every challenge you have faced has been preparing you for what is to come. There were lessons to learn, things to release, strengths to develop. But now, the time of waiting is over. Now is the moment to claim what is already yours. Your miracle has already been assigned to you. No one else can take it. No force can withhold it. No circumstance can prevent it. The only thing required is your agreement, your acceptance, your unwavering belief that it is already unfolding in your favor. And the moment you truly accept it, without doubt, without hesitation, the moment you embody the reality of it, everything will shift. There is no need to seek validation from others. No need to explain yourself, to convince anyone of what you know within. Faith is a deeply personal journey. It does not require approval. It does not require understanding from those around you. It only requires your commitment to the truth that has been revealed to you. You have been placed here for a purpose. The desires in your heart were not given to you by accident. They are divine whispers guiding you toward the life you were always meant to live. And the moment you come into alignment with that truth, the universe responds. The moment you stop resisting, stop doubting, stop questioning, everything falls into place. You were never meant to struggle. You were never meant to live in lack, in fear, in limitation. The very breath in your lungs is proof that you were created for more. The very beating of your heart is a reminder that you are connected to an infinite source of power, wisdom, and abundance. There is nothing you lack. There is nothing you must earn. You need only accept what is already yours, what you believe you become. What you hold in your mind, you will hold in your hands. What you claim as your own must appear before you. This is not wishful thinking. This is the law of creation, the law that governs all things seen and unseen. It has always been this way, and it will always be this way. The moment you align your inner world with the truth of what is already yours, the outer world must reflect it. Let go of the need to see immediate results. Do not dig up the seed before it has time to grow. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Know that just as the seasons change, just as the tides rise and fall, so too will your miracle appear in the perfect moment. Your only task is to remain unwavering in your faith, to walk as though it is already done, to live in the full assurance that the answer is already given. And when the moment arrives, when the unseen becomes seen, when what you have held in faith materializes before your eyes, you will know beyond a doubt that it was never in question. You will look back and see that every step, every delay, every challenge was leading you to this place. And you will understand that it was never about the miracle itself, but about who you became in the process. For faith is the true miracle, the transformation of your heart, the renewal of your mind, the awakening of your soul. That is the real blessing. And when you reach that place, when you no longer need to see to believe, but believe so deeply that seeing becomes inevitable, you will know that you have tapped into the highest truth. You will know that you have become one with the divine, a living vessel through which miracles flow effortlessly. And from that place, you will never doubt again. From that place, you will walk in continuous miracles, in unshakable peace, in the fullness of all that has always been yours. You are the vessel through which the unseen becomes seen, the channel through which divine creation takes form. Every thought you think, every feeling you cultivate, every belief you hold is shaping the world around you. Nothing is happening outside of you. All of it begins within. This is the sacred truth that has been whispered through the ages, yet so few dare to accept it. They look outward for signs. They wait for evidence. They seek reassurance from the world. But the world is only a mirror, reflecting back what has been established in the depths of the unseen. You must hold your miracle in your heart, as though it has already come to pass. You must walk, speak, and breathe as though it is already yours. This is not pretending. This is not wishful thinking. This is alignment. This is stepping into the reality that exists beyond time, beyond circumstance, beyond the limitations of human understanding. There is no separation between what you desire and what is already set in motion. The only barrier is the one created by doubt, by hesitation, by the illusion of waiting. You were never meant to wait. You were meant to declare. You were meant to claim. You were meant to stand in unwavering confidence, knowing that the power that formed the stars, the power that set the universe into motion, is the same power that flows through you. There is no difference. There is no separation. The divine does not withhold, does not delay, does not resist. It simply responds to the depth of your conviction, the certainty of your knowing. The moment you stop trying to force, the moment you stop questioning, the moment you simply allow, everything will shift. The struggle will cease. The tension will dissolve. And you will realize that it was never about the miracle itself, but about the state of being that allows miracles to flow effortlessly. You do not chase after blessings. You do not beg for divine favor. You align yourself so completely with the truth of your inheritance that blessings have no choice but to manifest before you. Everything is already in place. The people you need to meet, the doors that need to open, the opportunities that seem impossible, all of it is already waiting in the unseen, waiting for your recognition, waiting for your unwavering acceptance. The moment you claim it, the moment you step fully into the knowing that it is done, the unseen forces begin to arrange themselves in perfect harmony. You do not need to see how. You do not need to figure out the way. That is not your responsibility. Your only task is to hold the vision, to walk in certainty, to cultivate an inner world so deeply aligned with faith that the outer world must bend to match it. And when you reach that place, when your belief is so unshakable, that doubt has no place to take root. You will see what others call miracles become your daily reality. This is the divine law. This is the eternal truth. Nothing is withheld from you. Nothing is beyond your reach. The only question is whether you will dare to believe without condition, whether you will stand in certainty, even when the world offers no proof, whether you will hold fast to what has already been given to you. For the one who believes without wavering, nothing is impossible. So the one who walks in full assurance is the one who moves mountains, the one who calls forth the unseen and watches it appear before them. There is no need to beg, no need to struggle, no need to plead for what has already been promised. Your miracle is not something you must earn. It is something you must receive. And receiving is the simplest, most powerful act you can embrace. It requires no effort, no striving, no labor. It requires only your willingness to accept that what you have asked for is already yours. The world will tell you to wait, to hope, to be patient. But divine creation does not work in time as humans understand it. What is set in motion exists now. What is promised is already fulfilled. The only thing missing is your agreement. The only thing required is your decision to see beyond what your eyes perceive and into the deeper truth that governs all things. The moment you let go of resistance, the moment you surrender the need to control, you will witness the unfolding of what has always been prepared for you. It will come not with struggle, but with ease, not with fear, but with absolute assurance. And when it does, you will not be surprised. You will not be in awe. You will simply nod in quiet recognition, knowing that it was never in doubt, that it was never out of reach, that it was always yours from the beginning. For the one who believes with unshakable certainty, miracles are not extraordinary, they are inevitable. The breath of life within you is the same breath that moves mountains, parts seas and brings the impossible into existence. It is the breath of creation, the very essence of divine power, flowing through every fiber of your being. You are not separate from it. You are not apart from it. You are one with it. And the moment you recognize this truth, you will understand that a miracle is not something to be waited for. It is something to be accepted. Miracle, the moment you cease questioning whether or not it will happen, is the moment it begins unfolding. Doubt is the only thing that can delay what has already been set in motion. Fear is the only thing that can cloud the clarity of what is already yours. There is no force outside of you withholding your blessing. There is no divine reluctance, no hesitation in delivering what has been ordained for you. The only delay exists in the mind that hesitates, the heart that wavers, the soul that forgets its own authority. You are not small. You are not weak. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are the creator, the divine expression of limitless possibility. And if you dare to believe in this truth, if you dare to trust it beyond what your eyes can see, you will find yourself standing in the midst of a reality so perfectly aligned, so beautifully orchestrated, that you will know without question that the hand of God has moved on your behalf. Your role is not to figure out how, not to struggle to make it happen, but to stand firm in the knowing that it is already done. The moment you claim it, the moment you feel it as though it is already present, the entire universe begins to shift. What seemed impossible begins to rearrange itself. What appeared distant begins to draw near. What looked immovable begins to yield. Because nothing in this world can resist the unwavering faith of the one who knows that the miracle is already theirs. Every great transformation begins in the unseen. Before the seed breaks through the soil, it has already begun its journey toward the light. Before the river carves its path through stone, the waters have already begun their relentless flow. And before your miracle takes form before your eyes, it has already been created in the realm beyond sight. This is why you must trust. This is why you must hold firm even when nothing appears to change. And what you see now is not the full picture. What you experience at this moment is not the final chapter. There is a reality beyond this. A reality where what you have asked for already exists, waiting for you to align with it, waiting for you to step into the version of yourself that is capable of receiving it. The blessing does not change. You do. The miracle does not delay. You simply must grow into the person who can hold it, who can live in the fullness of it, who can walk in the authority of knowing it is done. You must act as though it has already arrived. You must move through the world as though you have already received it, not with desperation, not with frantic effort, but with quiet confidence, with the deep peace that comes from knowing that what is yours cannot be taken, cannot be lost, cannot be denied. The moment you shift, everything shifts. The moment you believe, the doors begin to open. The whispers of doubt will come. The world will tell you to be realistic, to temper your expectations, to wait for proof before you believe. But those who wait for proof never see miracles. Those who demand evidence before faith never taste the fullness of divine provision. Miracles are not for the doubting heart. They are for the one who dares to trust when there is nothing but faith to stand on. For the one who moves forward without needing to see every step laid out before them. You do not need to know how it will happen. You do not need to predict when it will arrive. All you need is to rest in the certainty that it is unfolding even now in ways beyond what you could plan. Beyond what you could strategize, beyond what human understanding could ever conceive. The hand of God moves in ways unseen, arranging details you are not even aware of, aligning circumstances that seem unrelated, setting in motion events that will lead you exactly where you are meant to be. The evidence will come, but only after belief. The manifestation will appear, but only after certainty. If you wait for proof before claiming it, you will remain in waiting. But if you claim it now, if you believe with every fiber of your being that it is already yours, you will watch in awe as the pieces begin to fall into place. You will see opportunities arise that you could never have orchestrated. You will encounter people who were divinely placed on your path. You will witness situations shift in ways that defile logic. Because miracles do not operate by human logic. They operate by divine law. The law is simple. What you believe with unshakable certainty must come to pass. It is not a matter of chance. It is not a matter of luck. It is the natural unfolding of creation. The only question is whether you will stand in faith long enough to see it through, whether you will hold on when doubt tries to creep in, whether you will refuse to let go. Even when circumstances seem unchill, it is already happening. The very fact that you can conceive it means it has already begun. The very fact that it has entered your awareness means that it is waiting for you to claim it. It is not in some distant future. It is not reserved for another time. It is now. It is here. It is done. You are not waiting for the miracle. The miracle is waiting for you. It is waiting for you to say yes. It is waiting for you to step forward with absolute conviction. It is waiting for you to move, as though you already possessed what you have asked for. And the moment you do, the moment you hold to that truth without wavering, the moment you let go of the need to control and simply allow, you will see what was once invisible become undeniable reality. This is the power you hold. This is the truth that has always been yours. The miracle is not coming. It has already arrived. The only thing left is for you to believe. The moment you surrender to this truth, the unseen forces begin their work in perfect harmony. You do not have to struggle. You do not have to beg. You do not have to force anything into being. Creation does not respond to effort. It responds to certainty. The moment you stop trying to make it happen and simply accept that it is already unfolding, you will feel a shift within you. A deep peace will settle in, a knowing that defies logic, a quiet confidence that nothing in this world can shake. This is the state from which miracles arise. The greatest barrier to your blessing has never been external. It has never been in the hands of others, nor in the circumstances that seem to oppose you. It has only ever been in the resistance of your own heart, in the hesitation of your own mind, in the fear that whispers, "What if it doesn't happen?" That question alone has kept more miracles at bay than any obstacle you will ever face. And yet, if you will release that fear, if you will stand firm in the knowing that what is yours is already set aside for you, you will see the floodgates open. The universe is not withholding. God is not distant. The divine is not delaying. Everything you have prayed for, everything you have longed for, is already on its way to you, already aligned, already in motion. Your only task is to hold the space for it, to become a vessel that can receive without doubt, without resistance, without question, to live each moment as though the miracle has already been delivered, because in truth it has. The only reason you cannot yet see it is because you have not yet fully stepped into the awareness of its reality. You are still looking for proof in the outer world before you claim it within. But this is not how miracles work. They are born first in the unseen, first in the quiet chambers of belief, first in the unwavering conviction that what you desire is already here. And when you have mastered that conviction, the world has no choice but to rearrange itself, to reflect it. Every great transformation, every divine manifestation, every extraordinary shift in a person's life begins in the invisible. Before the walls of Jericho fell, they had already crumbled in the hearts of those who marched. Before the Red Sea parted, the path had already been cleared in the unseen. Before a single stone was lifted to build the temple, it had already been established in the mind of God. And before your miracle appears, before your eyes, it has already been spoken into existence, already created, already complete. Can you trust this? Can you hold on to this truth with the same certainty that you hold on to the ground beneath your feet? Can you walk forward as though it is done? Speak as though it has already happened. Move as though the promise is already fulfilled. If you can, you will find yourself stepping into a reality where miracles are not rare occurrences, but a natural expression of divine law. Faith is not about hoping. It is not about wishing. It is about knowing. It is about standing so firmly in your conviction that nothing in this world can shake it. It is about being so sure That even if everything around you contradicts what you believe, you refuse to accept anything less than the fulfillment of your vision. This is the key. This is the secret. The moment you accept nothing less than the miracle must come. But you must hold fast. You must remain steady. You must refuse to be moved by what your physical eyes see. Because the moment you waver, the moment you question, the moment you let fear creep in, you delay what was already meant to be yours. Not because it is being taken from you, but because you are stepping out of alignment with it. The moment you return to certainty, the moment you rest in the knowing, everything realigns. Look back on your life and see the times when things worked out in ways you never expected, in ways that seemed impossible, in ways that you could not have planned. That was not coincidence. That was not luck. That was divine orchestration. The unseen forces arranging every detail for your good. And if it has happened before, it will happen again. Not because you are deserving, not because you have done enough to earn it, but because that is the nature of creation. Where it is the law, it is the way things are meant to be. Your only work is to trust. Your only task is to believe. And in that belief, to act as though the work is already complete, to carry yourself as though you are already blessed, to walk with the confidence of one who knows that their miracle is not a matter of if, but when. You do not need to plead. You do not need to strive. You do not need to convince anyone. The moment you fully accept the truth of your miracle, the world will reflect it back to you. The people, the opportunities, the resources, the circumstances, all of it will align in ways you could never have predicted. Doors will open where there were none. Solutions will appear before problems even arise. What seemed distant will suddenly be within reach. Mental energy transfer increases the through eye of emotion, and you will stand in awe, not because it is surprising, but because deep down you are always new. This is the way the divine works. This is the way creation unfolds. And if you will hold on to this truth, if you will refuse to let go of the certainty that what you have asked for is already yours, you will live in the realm of miracles, not as a visitor, but as a rightful resident. You will see what others call impossible become your everyday reality. You will experience what others can only dream of. In full, you will walk in a life where divine favor is not occasional, but constant, where blessings are not occasional, but endless, where miracles are not distant, but near. There is nothing left to wait for. There is nothing more you must do except believe. The moment you decide that the miracle is already yours, the universe will conspire to make it so. You are not waiting for God to move. God is waiting for you to accept that it is already done. The time of waiting is over. The moment of your miracle is now. All that is required is your unwavering belief, your absolute certainty, your quiet yet unshakable trust that what you have asked for is already done. No more questioning, no more doubting, no more looking to the world for signs. It is already yours. Walk forward with confidence, speak with conviction, and live in the assurance that the divine has already prepared the way. What you seek is seeking you. What you have claimed in faith is now unfolding before you. Stand firm, hold fast, and watch as the unseen becomes seen, as the impossible becomes reality, as your miracle manifests before your very eyes.